I'm Tim. In case you didn't know me, guys. And this is my mother-in-law, Bobby. So she was the one who made the quilt with some of Grandma's belongings and some fabric of her own on theme. So we were going to explain it to you. I was going to have her explain it to you guys a little bit. So say hi, Bobby.
Hi. Hi.
And go ahead and let's start with the center, obviously.
Well, the center was a really special piece to Tim, and that's Grandma's apron. And he had told stories about how Grandma made Christmas cookies every year. And
Those shitty
sent
hard
them up.
cookies.
I know. But it is the thought that counted.
Right.
So she sent them up, and she made gingerbread cookies. And so I found this gingerbread Christmas fabric that had gingerbread men in it. And I took the apron apart because you have to do that to get it to lay flat. And I put the apron, I adhered the apron to the this fabric, and then I sewed around the edges to keep it flat. And then the quilting with the hearts eventually adhered all the layers of the quilt together.
Right, and didn't you have to use some kind of like special like Scotch Guard or something
Yep.
to get it to like glue on?
I did. I actually used the spray adhesive for this, but then there's sweatshirt blocks here that were your grandmother's too. Here and here, the Cardinals block.
The cardinal one
up
over
here.
there.
And then there's a really special turkey block here that looks like maybe a grandchild might
One
have.
of us made, but I don't know who.
Right, it was on a sweatshirt, and you could tell she'd worn it and loved it. So
It was a little threadbare.
yeah, I had to sew that one down because it was kind of curling up because she loved it so much. But that's the real sign that somebody really appreciated something, is that they really wore it.
Yeah.
So, but these, what I did is I used something called Wonder Under, and I ironed them onto muslin to stabilize them because you don't want something that's stretchy.
Right.
So I ironed those pieces to Wonder Under, so they're actually pretty stiff because of the fact that
so it actually makes it hard to fold.
yeah, I know it does. But I wanted them to be preserved and to work for you and to not become threadbare. So I used those as centers of some of these blocks. And I also used some other things that I thought were representative of your life with your grandmother.
So we can start here and then work our way around.
Sure.
Okay?
There's 3 of these fabrics. This is a St. Louis fabric. You can see the arch here. And there's actually 3 of them that are specially designed.
What's that bridge, honey? Do you know what bridge that is?
I think
That's
this
Standing
one.
Rocks or whatever?
This one.
Yeah.
No, that's the
That's the little tower in the middle, right?
that's the main bridge that goes across at
that little water
downtown.
tower?
No, you're thinking of the Chain of Rocks.
Oh, okay.
This is the I cannot think of the name of the bridge off the top of my head, but it's right downtown, and it goes over to like like Granite City and Sauget and all that.
Just curious.
Yeah, I can't think of the name off the top of my head.
And so there's the arch, which is, of course, always representative of St. Louis. And then I took other things, like that is the sunflower fabric from when you and Gretchen got married, and
Yep.
so is that.
There's some more
Down
here.
here, different sunflowers. And she was here for your wedding.
Yep.
And you had said that she liked music. So I put together some music and Christmas, because you mentioned she liked Christmas.
She loved Christmas music.
And then, as we move up the quilt, the roses, the quilt that I made for her when she was ill,
For surgery.
for her prayer quilt, her care quilt, was pink roses. And there's the roses, and representing her being a nurse here. That's from your wedding quilt, if you recognize that.
Oh yeah.
You said she liked puzzles.
She
so-
did crossword puzzles.
Yeah, and as we come on up the quilt here, we see things, heart and home, because her family was so important to her. Home is where the heart is. Some more music and roses. Her nursing, that's also from your wedding quilt. And you said she was very patriotic, so
She
I
was,
found the
yeah.
eagle for that. And this one, it looks kind of like the 4th of July, but represents patriotism.
Is this more from the wedding?
Yeah, that's more from the wedding.
And
And then over here is from her sewing.
yeah.
Her sewing. And you said she liked country music, so
Okay.
these
Particularly old
boots
school.
are representative of country music.
Get out of the way.
And in
That's
the
more sewing.
and here in the this border up here, that's the second St. Louis fabric.
Now, where did you get that St. Louis fabric from?
I think there's a quilt shop in Genevieve or
St. Genevieve.
yeah, thank you. I had to order it from there, and they actually had it made. It's a special boutique, and I bought all there was of it. There wasn't much.
So there's no more to be
There's
had.
no more to be
So
had.
don't try and order any, ladies.
No, can't find it. It's gone. So Anyway, here's some root vegetables to symbolize your cooking, and some more things from your wedding quilt across here. And then down here we have some more roses.
Some more
And
stuff from the care quilt that we
This
did.
entire block here was from her care quilt. It's when I made them, I had some left over because I made it in such a hurry. I just made a whole bunch of blocks and then used, you know, the ones for your grandma that I thought she would like. So I used this block for you because that's from her actual quilt. And then as we move on across, we have some more patriotic across the top and
More
sewing.
More
And then,
hospital-related stuff.
and then there's a sewing machine that's probably like the ones your grandma sewed on when she was younger because they're similar to the ones I sewed on when I
there
was
it is.
younger.
Yeah.
And then we have the third St. Louis fabric.
The red.
here.
So there's
It's
red,
a ferry.
blue, and then the
The
brown.
steamboat.
And it's by the carts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so as we come down here, we have this represents her puzzles and the Cardinals sweatshirt, of course, that
Yep.
she has. And that's from your wedding.
Oh, this was from, yep. No.
Yep.
It's from our quilt.
Yeah,
Yep.
from your quilt.
More from the wedding
More
quilt.
from this is this block was from your quilt except for that, which was from her quilt. And it might have been in yours as well.
It might have been.
You have to check. And that represents you.
Okay.
You'll have to decide which one represents you. But
Oh, I'm
that's you
usually the
cooking.
chubby one.
So anyway, and this is all about cooking. This is about you cooking.
Chili peppers and all that kind of stuff.
And another eagle. I really like this, and I balanced it on the other corner with the other eagle because that's also representative of St. Louis because, as you know, the eagles fly up and down the Mississippi along the flyway there.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they winter over.
Yeah,
Is what
so
they do.
I really like the eagle for that purpose. And then we come around the corner here, and there's a bigger piece of the red fabric from the St. Louis that has the arch and the steamboat.
This looks familiar. Is this? Where did you get?
On our quilt on our bed, our Christmas quilt.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
that's
in
what
your
it was from.
Christmas
Okay,
quilt.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, and then there's your grandma's heart right in the middle of it. And I just thought that was so symbolic of her. Not only does it say grandma, but it's got the little roses. And so I put it right in the middle underneath her apron,
Yeah.
so that it was symbolic of the quilt. I mean, it's her quilt, it's your quilt now, but it
Yeah.
was, you know,
Well, and
to celebrate her life.
I do remember every year she would make those damn crappy cookies that were so hard and dried out, but she would always wear that apron.
How long did she have that apron? Because that apron looks to me to be 1950s or 60s.
I don't know when she got it. I remember it as long as I can remember, but she may have gotten it, you know, when I was
What year were you born?
79.
Well, she could
I mean,
have.
she might have gotten it in the 80s or in the 90s, but
She had it for a long time, and I can tell
But-
it had some stains on it. I mean, I can tell she used this and wore this
Yeah.
apron. It was
So-
probably her special Christmas apron that she got out every year to make cookies.
Yeah, it was make cookies. So
Yeah.
It's great cookies.
yeah. So all right, well there you go. I hope that better
Well-
explains it for everybody.
Well, wait,
Oh, wait,
wait,
we're
wait,
not
wait, wait,
Oh, there's more.
One more thing on the back.
See, his mother-in-law gives him sufficient crap. I just want everyone to notice that.
Yeah.
The back
I'm not
is
in a shit freeze up.
the blue St. Louis fabric here.
And
on the
it's all backed.
Uh-huh. And Tim wanted a batting that was lightweight. And he's going to die when I tell you what this batting is, but it's actually wool. Which, it's wool because wool breathes. And cotton is much more densely packed. And
absorbent.
it tends to not let heat in and out.
Right.
Where wool actually is much more conducive to staying comfortable.
Right, breathable.
So I gave you a wool, even though you asked me for something lightweight because
Well, but yeah. Well, no, I mean if that's the material that works,
that's
right?
the material that works. Yeah,
So-
it is. So
I think
So
that about
there you
wraps it
go.
up, guys. So we'll be sending this to you soon.